Joey Chestnut has been banned. Chestnut is banned from participating in the 2024 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest because he partnered with a rival brand of wieners. And they're fake wieners. He's selling fake wieners. So Chestnut recently signed a deal with something called Impossible Foods. And they are apparently a rival. I don't know how you consider them a rival because they're not anything like a Nathan's hot dog. In my and everyone's opinion. So they, I guess, launched a vegan sausage, a vegan wiener. Who wants that? Now, as a result, the people at MLE have ruled that as long as the 16-time champion of the world, the hottest of the hot dogs, 16-time champion Joey Chestnut, as long as he has a deal with this rival brand, it's turn out the lights, the party's over. He will be persona non grata at the Midsummer Spectacle, July 4th. I wrap myself in the flag every year on July 4th. And I watch those wieners go down. And I love it every year. That's my routine every year. Do a monologue about it every year. I don't know that I will do that this year. I might not. So Chestnut said he learned that he was banned from social media, which is really not that shocking. Don't most people learn things from social media? I'll bet you that Chestnut was made aware he could be banned. I'm guessing there was a back and forth here. They said, you might be banned, and, we're thinking about banning you. And then he found out on social. Says he has been training intensely to defend his yellow mustard belt title, the belt that he gets for winning that award. And he said he was gutted, much like when he has to go to the bathroom after he eats all those hot dogs and buns. And Chestnut says he does not have a formal contract with Major League Eating or the Nathan's hot dog people. And he claimed they're changing the rules. That's what he's saying. They're changing the rules now as it relates to partnerships for Joey Jaws. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. So let us discuss. The question here as we talk about this, how do you process the single greatest competitor in modern times, in Western world, Joey Chestnut, banished from the July 4th hot dog contest in New York? So I've got Birmingham, Stealth Bomber, and Hobgoblin. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a very busy toilet, which Joey Chestnut spends a lot of time on when he's done with these eating contests. But to lead off here, full disclosure, I am not fair and balanced when it comes to Joey Chestnut. I like the guy. I've had him on my podcast. I don't usually do a lot of interviews anymore because that requires booking guests, and we don't do that. It takes effort. So we normally just BS. But every year I say I got to get Joey Chestnut, and I have his number, so it's fortunate I can get a hold of him when I need to get a hold of him. So I like the guy. I'm a long time, I don't like anybody. I'm an admirer. I call him the god of gluttony, Joey Chestnut. And there's a lot of debate in sports radio about, is LeBron better or is it Jordan? And I guess it depends how old you are, that kind of thing. There is no argument, none in Major League Eating. Zero debate. Everyone knows the rock star, the king of kings, when it comes to this, the most dominant athlete in my life, Joey Chestnut. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Joey Chestnut, he is head and shoulders above everyone else that has done this. And seeing him, at least for now, sent to the Hoosgow is bittersweet. It's bittersweet because I don't agree with Chestnut, the product he's endorsing. Who wants to eat vegan anything? I mean, what kind of loser's doing that? Unless you've got some kind of dietary problem where you can't consume meat. But if you can, what are you doing, right? I mean, that's my take. And I have vegans in my family. I look at them weird. I do. But this one, he's like being sent to Birmingham, right? It's I saw this. This is a Birmingham moment. It's a Birmingham moment. I remember when Michael Jordan, and I'm in the camp, my opinion, can't sue me for my opinion, that the commissioner of the NBA, David Stern, shadow banned Michael Jordan, sent him to the Birmingham Barons in Double-A for the Chicago White Sox because he was associating with gamblers and was gambling large amounts of money while playing for the Chicago Bulls. And so the NBA is like, hey, David Stern's old school. And, he's dead now. But he sent Jordan to suspension. They made a deal not to ruin the legacy of Jordan, and they sent him to Birmingham. But Joey Chestnut being put on timeout for a crime that, I'm a gambler. I think associating with vegans is akin to associating with gamblers, if not worse. And after a comprehensive review of the facts that we have available, Joey Chestnut went for the bag. What's in the bag? A lot of money, a lot of dead presidents. He went for the money. He made a high-stakes financial gamble. And right now it's not working out. He thought that the amount of money was so large and he was such a dominating force, there's no way you can have this contest without Joey Chestnut. And he couldn't mess with him. Well, it's the famous thing on the internet, F around and find out. He F'd around, plays stupid games, and wins stupid prizes. But now, furthermore, do you understand the rationale of the Nathan's hot dog marketing department having an issue here? Do you understand the rationale? So I understand it. We're in the advertising business. Radio's all about advertising. Otherwise, we're doing commercial-free radio. And have you ever heard public radio? My God, does it suck. So we actually have advertisers here. God love them. So we do advertising, and I get it on that from that perspective. But somebody should have been a grown-up in the room and said, let's do a deep dive on what is going to happen if we end up going public with this. Like, what is going to happen here? And on the surface, it makes sense because the people are upset. They're like, I understand. You spent a lot of money to sponsor this hot dog eating contest. You're the title sponsor. And why spend the amount of money, the wad of cash on this event if Joey Chestnut is going to be flying around in a stealth bomber advertising a competitor? And while you're the one paying the bill. Like, I don't get that. I understand why you'd miss it. But that said, when you walk all the way through this, and there's a possibility this is all a conspiracy and it's all being done for idiots like me to talk about it, well, I took the bait. But assuming that's not the case, Murphy's Law, right? Murphy's Law. This ends up backfiring for the Nathan's people because the vegan wiener brand, the vegan wieners, are getting millions and millions of impressions and getting online clout and free advertising, free marketing. And they're non-meat dogs. So a non-meat dog, how is that a competitor to a wonderfully delicious meat dog? It's not, right? And it's always odd to me, and no one's been able to explain this to me. And I don't get it. I'd like to know. If you're a vegan, listen, whatever floats your boat. It's not for me. But I don't get why. I have people that are in my circle like are hardline vegetarians and vegans, and they think it's disgusting to eat animals and all that stuff. I think those people are very odd. But if you tell me on one hand that eating a hot dog or a steak or a nice juicy cheeseburger is disgusting, and that I'm a Neanderthal and a caveman because I eat meat. But then on the other hand, you want stuff that tastes just like meat. Like, what is the point of that? So aren't you like a fake Neanderthal? Aren't you a fake caveman? Ogre? Why would you? The reason meat's delicious and you want the taste of meat, but you have, you feel bad because animals die. But you got to look at where you are in the food chain because you could end up being eaten by something else. Now, last thing here. Is Joey Chestnut going to torment the Nathan's hot dog contest? Now, we are in the camp that believe there is a path to salvation. There is a pardon that could come down here. But if that does not happen, if these are hardliners at Nathan's, hardline wiener people, if that's the case, if the big sausage, all right, if big sausage does not let down here, and this is the way it goes. Joey Chestnut will become a hobgoblin. He is going to spook. Just like because spook Major League Eating. We're talking Wilt Chamberlain. The equivalent of 100 points in a game in Hershey, Pennsylvania is 76 dogs and buns in 10 minutes. 76 dogs and buns. 2021. I saw it. I witnessed it. I was watching. And that remains the unbeatable record. That's the 100 points in Major League. 76. He took the fork from Kobayashi and he ate it. He devoured it, is what he did. Chestnut is a real-life version. When I was a kid, there was a cartoon character, and he's the real-life version of Porky Pig. And that's all, folks. A real-life version, right? Captain America. This guy is such a stud. Do you remember a couple years ago, some loser thug, some vegan thug, tried to interrupt the hot dog eating contest? And what did Chestnut do? You remember what he did? He went Captain America, is what Joey Chestnut did. Some loser thug protester, he took him in a chokehold in the competition, and he still won. He ate 63 dogs and buns while taking a thug vegan protester down. That's Joey Chestnut. Now, I know he's gone to the dark side with the vegan thing, but you got to let him in. You got to let him in. And then make sure, if you're Nathan's, you have him eat all of those hot dogs and say, hey, here's Joey Chestnut. He just ate 65 of our hot dogs, you losers.